everybody, welcome back to Cascadia Dispatch, Prepping for Non-Preppers. I'm Casey, and today we are kicking off a 5-part series talking about gear and gifts for 2020. So these 5 videos are going to focus on different items and gift ideas in different price ranges. We're going to start all the way down from $10 or less and go all the way up to maybe you have an unlimited budget, who knows? We're going to stop short of like buying a homestead. But these are all items that I have purchased or used or tried or love or liked or any of those sorts of things that I wanted to share with you guys. And hopefully you then can share either with yourself or you can share it with someone you know, love, care about, want to be more prepared, want to introduce them to preparedness, get them excited. These are suitable, a lot of them are suitable for adults, some that are suitable for kids. So it's going to kind of go the entire gamut of gifting options. So this first video, I'm going to focus on the top 15 items that are $25 or less that I really love and think you should look into. For all of the items in all these videos, I have links in the description down below for where you can purchase them. A lot of them are Amazon links, some of them are Cabela's, some of them are Dick's Sporting Goods or Costco, but there are links to descriptions and prices all down below, and I'll put the prices as they are today in each of the little frames so you can see it when we go through each item. So I'm going to be giving you a bunch of different gift ideas. If you could just take a second, give me the gift of subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up button, the like button for the YouTube algorithm, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps us grow the channel. We've grown almost 50% since our last video about the top 6 things to get at Costco. So the channel is really kind of on the move and we really like to keep it going. So again, please, if you could just do that real fast right now, just right down there below, that would be fantastic. And then we will get on with the suggestions. So this episode is going to be focused on items that are less than $25, more than $10. All of these items, you know, obviously you can look at sales and things like that and prices will fluctuate. But at the time I'm making this video, that's about where the prices for all these different items are. We're also starting off with this category because this was by far the most popular, both in our YouTube poll and in our Facebook group poll. If you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, please go ahead and check that out. I've got a link in the description down below. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, then hopefully you'll see the community polls that I put out about every week or so, asking questions. And this was one of those that we did a couple weeks ago. Okay, so starting off on the list, number 1 item, this is my kind of all-time favorite preparedness item. This was the first preparedness item that I saw on Urban Prepper's channel when I first started. I think it was the first or second video that I watched. He was highlighting this. I have told this to all of my friends, family. I've written a blog post about it. I've done a whole video on it. This is my absolute favorite little kit. It's the Survival Medic Kit from Survive Outdoors Longer. It's under $15, depending on where you get it. It can be, I've seen it as low as $11 or $12, but usually it's somewhere around the $13, $14 range. It is fantastic. It's completely sealed. It's waterproof. It's got a bunch of great gear in it. It's got emergency blanket, fire starters, a compass, a whistle. It's got some first aid kit stuff. So it's got some bandages and some ibuprofen and things like that. It's got safety pins. It's got kind of a little bit of everything. It's a wonderful, wonderful kit for a really low price. I put this in my wife's purse, my bag. It's in every go bag. I actually have a little drawer with extras in case something gets used or in case somebody is asking about it and I just want to give them one. We've used these in contests. So this is, you know, I don't know that there is an item that I actually love more for a beginning prepper person than this kit to get them started with. You know, everybody should have water and food and all that sort of stuff. But when you start looking for gear and you start going down the journey and you start doing your research, this is a really, really great foundational thing that you can put in a lot of different places. It doesn't cost a whole lot to get it. And it gives you a little bit of peace of mind that you have at least something wherever you're going. So the Survive Outdoors Longer Survival Medic Kit, absolutely number 1 on the list. So next up is the Tesla Coil Plasma Lighter. I was turned on to these couple of years ago. They are really, really cool. They're windproof, they're water resistant, they're USB chargeable, and you just push this button and it makes this cool little electric arcing right in between there. And I've used it to light candles, you can light paper, you can light anything you need to light on fire with this, but it doesn't have any sort of fuel, it doesn't require any lighter fluid or anything like that. You just plug in the USB, it charges, and it lasts for a really long time. I think I've only maybe had to charge these once or twice since I've had them, and again, we've had them for a couple of years, so they last for a really, really long time. If you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, really, over the last year, you know that there are a couple of brands that I really love. Maxpedition is one of those, and I love their pouches. I have so many different ones of them, different sizes, different configurations. This is the first one that I got. This is the EDC pouch. This is what I used to build out my first EDC kit. They are fantastic, super durable. You can put patches and things on the front. Lots of great organization on the inside. I've put multi-tools, paper, pens, all different kinds of stuff. They're fantastic, super flexible. This is one of the smaller sizes, so they actually have larger sizes, and as I've grown my little emergency kits over time, I've kind of bumped up and gotten some bigger versions. I still use this one from time to time, but this is a fantastic one for anyone who's just getting started or who wants to put together kind of their first one and see how it fits together. This is a great starting option. So a lot of people nowadays give gift cards for the holidays or for birthdays, other celebrations. A way to do that and actually save money and get a really great gift at the same time is to use Raise. I'm putting the link down below. If you sign up for Raise, now you get $5 off your first purchase, which is fantastic. But Raise is a marketplace of discounted gift cards. So if you wanted to buy a $25 gift card for a restaurant or a store, you might find that that gift card actually only costs $20 to purchase on Raise. So your friend gets the full $25, you only spend $20. If you sign up now, you also save $5, so it'd only be $15. And Raise has all different kinds of brands, all different types of stores. The percentages fluctuate based on kind of supply and demand. So a lot of the restaurants usually have a bigger discount. Some of the places like Target or Amazon are gonna have very little, if any, discount. But you also can get cash back from buying those gift cards that then you can use to buy other gift cards with. Raise guarantees all the cards, so if you actually get a card or your friend gets a card and there isn't any value on it, they will automatically refund your money, so you don't have to worry about if somebody, whoever sold the card, is gonna get their money and take it, and then you're gonna be left out in the cold. Raise guarantees all their gift cards. So I love Raise. I've been using it for several years now. It's kind of my secret weapon in preparedness because I can get discounted gift cards, and then I can put coupons on top of that, where normally you wouldn't be able to put multiple coupons on top. I can get a discounted gift card, and then I can also put a coupon on top of it and save even more money. I'm gonna do a whole video on Raise and how to use it and why I like it in the future, but for right now, check it out. I've got the link down in the description. It's a fantastic app. For Monster towels, these are something that I was very skeptical of and was proved how amazing they were when we went camping this summer. They are very small, compact, foldable microfiber towels. They're kind of like Sea Summits, but they cost about half as much, and they work, from what I can tell, just as well. We've got several different sizes. In this price range, this is more of like a bath towel or a bath sheet or a beach towel size you can get. So we actually have the bath towel sizes that we took with us camping. We have the bath towel sizes in all of our go bags. They fit into these really cool, convenient like carrying containers, and they're all color coded. So we actually have different colors for each member of our family. So if we had to leave or when we go on vacation, everybody knows what color they are. We don't have to worry about people mixing up the towels. They're all kind of the matching hand towel and bath towel. They are fantastic, super absorbent, dry really fast. I was really worried about the quality based on the price, and they are fantastic. So these are definitely on the list for this year. Another oldie but a goodie is the Sawyer Mini Water Filtration Device. This is something, I've done a couple of videos on water filtration and different options. A lot of kind of beginning people who are getting into preparedness go for the Life Straws, because those were kind of the first ones on the market, and they're super easy. You just put them in water and drink out of them, which is really a great thing. But these will process way more water. These will process about 100,000 gallons of water, and you can actually just put them, they have a threaded tip on the end, so you can put them on just a standard water bottle, you can put them on a 2-liter bottle, that comes with this little pouch thing, and so you can actually put it on there if you're trying to fill this up at like a river or a lake or something like that. Super flexible, great quality, about the same price, or depending on what the sale is, these can be a little bit more than the Life Straws, but they are definitely not 10 times more, which is about how much more water these will process. So these are great. They also have different colored label versions. So this is a blue one. They have a green one and a pink one, an orange one and a blue one. And I think they have a black one and a camo one. So you can also get different colors. We also have, each family member has a different color of these. So in everybody's bag, we aren't mixing them up and don't have people drinking out of somebody else's filter. If we ever needed that, you can also have some that are for friends or people that you could give away, but you can make sure that you've got it your own. So these are relatively new to my preparedness items, and they are something I've been looking at. I was thinking about biting the bullet on a more expensive version, but I found these, and these have been fantastic for the last month or two that I've been using them. So they are the Lightning color-coded medical pouches. They come in 4 colors. There's a set of 4. The price of 511 makes a version of these, and they're about twice or 3 times as much. These are fantastic. What I like about these is they have the color all the way around. So other pouches are black, and they only have the color on the top. These have the color all the way around. They have a really, really big window on the front, so if you're putting different medical supplies in, it's really easy for people to see what's in them. So if you want to divide them up, I know there are trauma people that have specific ways that they divide them up, or you could kind of divide them up however you wanted based on what supplies you have and how you use them. But these are really, really great. The fabric is really durable. I really like the way the zippers kind of allow you to get full access without having to do a lot of kind of half access where it would go kind of just across the top. Zipper goes all the way around, which is really, really great. So these have been a fantastic addition. I've actually filled these up. I'm starting to build out a bigger medical kit, and these are just great little additions to that kit. Speaking of first aid kits, the Adventure Medical Kit's Trauma Kit. This is, again, one of the things that I've had for years. I keep buying more of these and adding them places just so I have them. I have them in all of our bags. I have them in our cars. I have them in certain other bags when I go do various activities where something might happen that's bad. These are great. They're a little more expensive than some of your standard first aid kits, and the reason for that is they include this Quick Clot. If you try to find Quick Clot on its own, it's between $15 and $20 just for that element of the kit. So you kind of think about that you're buying the kit and you're buying the Quick Clot and then you're getting everything else with it. This is a really, really great deal. So I have these. I keep these along with my survival medic kits and first aid kits and all that stuff. And then I keep them in additional first aid kits. I'm keeping them in the new first aid like trauma kit that I'm making. They're just fantastic, and they stay completely sealed. They have everything you need. So they have gloves, and they have triangular bandages, and they have gauze and a bag to put everything in after you're done. So really, really wonderful. Highly recommend picking up one of these and sending them to a friend. So a lot of people think about Sharpies as just black or kind of the standard red and black, but Sharpie actually makes a rainbow of color options for the inks that are in the pens. And what's really, really great about that is if you're trying to communicate, or you're trying to make notes for someone, or you're trying to make different labels and you want to color code them, having the indelibleness of the Sharpie ink along with a variety of different colors is just a really, really wonderful thing to add to your organization, to add to your communication style or methods that you have. Additionally, the multicolors makes it really fun for kids. So this is another prep that you can use, and you can let your kids do things. They can draw little pictures of water or food or whatever on the labels that you put on your containers for all of those items. You can let them help you pick out the colors or talk about the colors that you want to use for labeling different preps. So it's a really fun thing. It's a great way to get the kids involved, and it's just something that I think really will elevate your organization and communication in an emergency. So the Stanley Nesting 2-cup cooking set is something that I came across in a video. I think it may have been from the Urban Prepper, but I'm not 100% sure. It could have been Canadian Prepper, it could have been City Prepping. It was one of the first videos that I started watching when I started my preparedness journey. And it's a very, very cool item. You can take the cups and they actually sit together and they form in this little stainless steel cup. And then if you're out and about, you can use a very small heater like an Esbit heater to heat water, boil water. But it's a really great self-contained, very small but incredibly functional and durable stainless steel cooking set. It has 2 cups, so you can use one for measuring and one for eating out of. You can use it if you have 2 people, but it all then collapses right back together into its individual little kind of pot with the handles. It's fantastic. I love it. I've got it in all of our bug out bags, and I have a couple of extras at home just in case we ever needed them. But it's a really cool setup, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who's looking for something that would go in a bag. It's compact and would work out really well for them. The Climate Luxe pillow, this is something that we added to our preparedness in advance of our camping trip this summer. Our kind of bedding options for previous trips had been big rectangular Cabela's sleeping bags and then kind of whatever pillows we used to have at home. This spring, we actually switched out all of our kind of standard camping setup for Climate. It's much more compact, and we will get to some of the other items in later buying guide videos because I love the sleeping bags and the sleeping pads. The pillows are great, and you can use them just in general, or you can use them camping. They're super compact. They just kind of shrink down into almost nothing. And then you can use the same inflator that you would use for the camping pads to inflate the pillows as well. They're really comfortable. We slept on them for almost a week while we were camping. Not a problem. They're just wonderful, wonderful additions to our camping setup. So when you start your preparedness journey, a lot of times there are other kind of topics of interest that will start to bleed into your general emergency preparedness planning. Things like farming, homesteading, survival, bushcraft, all those things. Canning is also one of those skills that kind of popped up as I was beginning this journey. And a couple years ago, I decided I was going to try to start canning and making pickles. That was something we were growing the cucumbers in the garden, we were growing the dill in the garden, and I wanted to see how we could do that. So I got the NoPro Canning Essentials kit, and it has all the things that you would need to prepare your cans and jars for the canning process and then also storage. So it has things like the funnel, the little stick to measure if you have enough headspace in your jar, you can also use it to get the bubbles out. There's a jar lifter, so when you're canning and you've got them in either a water bath canner or a pressure canner and they're super hot, you can use the jar lifter to get it out. So wonderful little set. And if you know someone who's interested in cooking and therefore would be interested in canning, or if you want to try it yourself, this is a great addition to add to whichever method you want to use, water bath canning or pressure canning. Who doesn't love glow sticks? I have no idea who that person would be. If you don't like glow sticks, let us know in the comments, just so that we know that there are people out there that don't like glow sticks. But I don't know anyone who doesn't like glow sticks. These 12-hour glow sticks are another prep gift idea that you can use in general. You can give it to a friend or family member. They're fantastic to put on the back of backpacks or just to use to mark locations, things like that. But they're also a fun way to get kids interested. So they're not super expensive. You get a bunch in a pack when you order on Amazon. They have all different colors. So this is another item where if you wanted to get a pack to put away and use in an emergency and a pack to let the kids play with, this is another item that might actually pique the interest of your kids and make them more interested in preparedness and emergencies. It'll make them feel a little more calm if there ever was one and they had to use one. But it lets them start to see that some of these items that are kind of made for these disaster sort of situations can also be fun and don't have to be scary and can make things a little bit better. So I highly recommend getting these, and I highly recommend getting at least an extra pack, whether it's a different color to mix up the colors or to let the kids play with some from time to time. I think that's a great, great fun family thing to do. The Fisher Space Pen. So I had a space pen when I was a kid. It was more of the bullet shape, where it was kind of all round. When I was younger, and they were very cool when they first came out then, and now I have several of them in a more adult shaped version with a cap and, you know, the little clips so it looks like professional or something like that. Anyway, these are really fun. They have special pressurized ink cartridges in them, so ideally they would write in zero gravity. I don't know anybody who was going to write in zero gravity, but they have that capability. They're kind of fun, and the ink in this pen doesn't bleed very much, so if you're left-handed like I am and you're writing, it's not going to smear the ink like it does in other pens. When you pair it with the Write in the Rain notebooks that we are going to talk about in a different video, these are a really great kind of writing combination for any sort of disaster that involves a lot of water. If you're outside and it's raining, if it's a storm, if you drop it in a water, drop it in a river, drop it in a lake, all these things will still work really, really well and allow you to communicate and keep notes and that sort of thing. So highly recommend it to anyone who wants a really, really, really cool pen and doesn't want to have ink smearing their hand. So by now you've probably caught on that I'm a big fan of the Survive Outdoor Longer series, or SOL, which is a really interesting acronym for Survive Outdoors Longer, from Adventure Medical Kits. But this is another item that I really love. This is their emergency bivy, and it's the 2-person version of it, so it's a little bit bigger than the standard one. I have these in every bag that doesn't have a sleeping bag attached to it. So this is in my get home bag. I keep one of these in each of the cars in case the cars are disabled for some reason and we'd have to kind of camp out overnight in the car. They are really durable, more durable than you would think for something that's like, if you're thinking about like a Mylar blanket, these are actually a lot more durable. And I get the 2-person version because I don't necessarily plan on having 2 people in an emergency bivy with me, but if I needed to, then we would have the space, or especially if I'm not a super small person, but I sometimes travel with super small children. And so if they needed to be warm, this would give us an opportunity for one of the kids to be in my bivy and the other kid to be in my wife's bivy. So then we don't need 4 of these. We can just use 2, but the bigger size. So again, the Survival Emergency Bivy Extra Large 2-person edition. These should be in every bag that you have. There's a lot of kind of debate and question about whether having silver is a good thing or a bad thing. In the preparedness community, some people see it as a great way of having currency. Other people don't see it as a great way of having currency. In general, it's a metal that has value, and it's something that also can get kids really interested. Kids like different coins, they like to collect them, they like money. So that's a thing that actually can bring them into the preparedness mindset, is explaining to them how precious metals are something that you might want to have in case, for example, currency collapses or something like that. I wouldn't get into the whole currency collapse thing with a 7-year-old, but knowing that they have a precious metal would be something that could be kind of interesting for them. So depending on the spot price right now is about $24. It fluctuates. I got a bunch of them last year, the year before. It was about $18. So, it's going to go up and down. Likely it's going to be below 25. But you can get 1-ounce coins that have all different designs on them. You get them from a reputable refiner or a reputable coin shop in your area. It's also a fun thing. Take your kids, let them look at the old coins. It's kind of a fun afternoon sort of a thing to just kind of look and see what all these different coins are. Again, exposing them to different things is learning and growing as human beings, always a fun thing. So that would be another thing. And then kind of every year you can add another coin, or for their birthday you can add another coin. And over the years, they will start to kind of accumulate a pretty decent amount of silver, which they could then have for an emergency, or they could have to sell for something else, like an investment, depending on whatever the price of silver does over the next several years. So that's going to do it for this episode, the $25 and under gift guide. I hope you like it. If there's things that you thought of that would be in this range that you want to suggest, please go ahead, leave them down in the comments below. Let us know if there's any of these items that you're going to get, or you like, or you don't like. Feel free to leave all that down below. Everybody can kind of chat about their different gift ideas. Hopefully we'll have more of these videos where we'll have more discussion about different ideas, and everyone will be able to find really cool stuff for their friends and family over the next several months of holidays. And then even, who knows, there's birthdays that don't happen during the holiday season, and you probably want to get something for your loved one, or maybe for yourself. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I was hoping that you would have given me that gift earlier in the video, but if you haven't, you have a chance right now to do that. So go ahead, hit that button before you leave, and we will see you in the next episode of the 2020 Gift and Gear Guide. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.